All right, what's up, everybody? How are you? Hello. Got a lot of cool stuff to show you tonight. I'm gonna play the videos, songs from Love and Mercy. I got videos for Helena. I got Blues and Cocaine. And then later in the broadcast on the stream, I'm gonna play The Blackness in the Forest. I'm so sick and tired of having to devote time to and talk about being canceled. But as I was getting ready for tonight, doing my thing, I got a text that another one of the European shows has been canceled. Now, the European tour is happening in February. Mexico is supposed to happen in April. But now that promoter's radio silent. I don't know what's going on over there. Sometimes it takes a minute for people to get back. I don't know what's up. But Europe has been, and the guys that are working on it, the guys from my band who are from Brazil, kids, and Edgar, especially, those guys are working hard. Edgar's working hard, trying to make this happen because we want to go over there and play music and rock out and have a good time. Like every Michale Graves show has always been. And it's this bullshit for fucking years now. It has burned down everything. So not everything, okay? Not everything. I'm not saying that it's everything. It's not everything, but it's a lot. So here we go again, okay? The cancellation is coming out of the Fuel Club in Cardiff, Wales, okay? Now, funny thing about that is in 2018, I played that club and sold it out. It was the fastest selling show that Fuel Club ever had. And I have a picture that's signed by the owner congratulating me on being the first artist, the artist who has the record for the fastest sellout at the Fuel Club in Cardiff, Wales. But now that show is canceled. Goes like this. This is a communication internally between agents, managers, promoter, buyers. So it's coming from Fuel Rock Club. I'm writing to let you know that I've made the decision to cancel the upcoming Michale Graves show at Fuel. The level of public response has made it impractical for us to proceed as planned. This was not an easy decision, and it's based solely on venue considerations. I appreciate your understanding and the effort put into organizing the show. Please let us know if you'd like to discuss further opportunities. So they're citing public response. Now, public response means that they're inundated with these lunatics that are saying all of these. It's more than just saying horrible things about me. It's a coordinated, organized effort within these communities of punk rockers and Antifa that is embedded in the scene. And that's the thing. They own the space. They own that punk space. And when you get Misfits and Michale Graves, that's where I live. I live in that space, but I'm not welcome there. It's fucking obvious that I'm not welcome there. I get it. However, okay. And these are campaigns to destroy me. And it's working. It's not. And so what am I supposed to do? Is the question. Exactly what I have been doing, best I can. And just and slogging through it. Of course, I made the decision to come back into music. I've talked about that before. But in this space that I'm in, you know, the punk rock space, which I never claimed. All right, fine. I'm not punk rock. Then just don't come to the show, right? Or okay, I'm not down with your ideals, or I don't agree with whatever it is. Like I didn't do anything. You go back, one of the things that started rolling down the hill to make this avalanche happen was that I didn't put a black box on my social media. You remember that? Well, some of you do, because some of you continue to go through this with me, and I love you. Thank you. I know you're out there listening. Yeah, I didn't put the black box on my social media because I didn't agree with what was being said. You know, that was all the Black Lives Matter stuff. And we respected it that night. We were broadcasting, then we were doing the Conversations with a Legend. It was me and Brian Johnston from the Beach Boys, and Arturo and Loki were behind the scenes, and they would jump in, and we would have these awesome podcasts, and we would talk about music and tell stories and compare notes and talk about culture. It was awesome. It was awesome. And yeah. And so instead of putting the black box thing, we respected the movement and what was happening. We came out of break, in and out of breaks silently. We weren't pushing any sort of, t-shirt products or anything like that. It was just like dry broadcast out of respect for it all. But, and obviously that wasn't enough. So what to do? And I have to find the new space, because it is absolutely undoubted that I am not welcome in like the hard rock, punk rock sort of alternative space in heavy music there. I'm just not welcome for all the lies and craziness that has been put on me, where because of that, those things that are put on me there, other people, because that stink is there and because that reaction is had by when you say my name, that other people can't be associated with it, because then you're guilty too, which is one of the reasons I'm going to play Blackness in the Forest tonight, because this is, again, it's like my life's work. And saying that we can't, like in the Blackness in the Farce, and it talks about the Salem witch trials and the West Memphis 3, and it's really, if you haven't seen it, there's really great video footage of the band when I bought this Winnebago, and we all got in the Winnebago and we went out and we crossed this country and did the best we can. We played these, playing great shows, and oh my God, living in the Winnebago, and then the Winnebago breaks down. I got stuck in North Dakota. It was insane. But we picked up all our things and we were rocking out for a good cause, a cause that I believed in, a cause that Some of the guys didn't care for it. It just was like whatever to them. So that's coming up later on. I got a bunch of other videos and stuff that I'm going to play as well for you, including Blues and Cocaine, the collaboration I did with Nargle and his band called Me and That Man. I'm also going to play for you performance of Love and Mercy I did a couple of years ago, Brian Johnson. I love the Beach Boys. Love the Beach Boys. Oh my goodness, yeah. So the Salem witch trials and West Memphis 3. Maybe I'll jump in and out and do some commentary while I run that video. But it's like, the Salem witch trials. Those people that were believing the bullshit that they were being fed. Some of the clergy actually believed that there was some sort of, that their town was being overrun by Satan, but surely they knew what was going on, and the powers that be there in good old Danvers, Massachusetts at the time, they knew that they could manipulate those people. There was political things going on. There were things within the town that were going on. Other people wanted other people's lands or crops, or they were trying to get back at somebody. They were revenge. Satan didn't just show up in that town and start messing with things. It's such an and the lessons there, the lessons that are taught out of that, and the lessons that we're supposed to have learned from McCarthyism, the lessons that we learned from World War II. I know they've all been manipulated. Some people out there actually think that they're fighting Nazis. But this is the thing, it's not true. It's not true. And no matter how many times I come on podcasts or radio shows or TV shows, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many interviews I do for newspapers. Not even explaining my, oh, we have a statement? What? That I'm not racist? That's fucking stupid. Like, who am I talking to? Those people, the mob of people that are doing this, that continue to do it, that are never going to stop. They're never going to stop. The public, the public response and the decision to cancel the upcoming Michale Graves show, it was based solely on venue considerations. They're considering the venue. They don't want the venue to be hurt. They don't want windows to be broken, or they don't want people to not show up, because then they go out of business. Then they lose money. I don't expect I think it sucks and all, but I know I've worked for Fuel before. I've played there before, and the owners, the people that are there, they know that I'm not, or at least they know from example from last time when I showed up, everything was very good. Like I always say, it is a pleasure to work with us. I was very proud of all of my guys all the time, most of the time, like 99.9% of the time. And I'm included in that. There were sometimes, everybody has their days, but for the most part, good to go. And it made me very, very proud. So they are not bowing to the mob, but what do you expect? What do you expect the club to do? What do you expect a business to do? But that's the point. That's the point. You push them until they break. And then there it is. Their campaign to destroy and continue to burn shit down is good to go. And it continues on. What is that? That's the opposite of inclusivity. I've never done anything to anybody. Nobody can drudge up any sort of evidence. And so I have to find a different space. And that's not easy. Except in South America. again, which is crazy with all the things that I'm charged of and the huge price I pay here in America for things. I go to other countries, I go to Latin America country, Central America, and it's all good. It's all like all good. I'm preaching to the choir but it's wild. It's absolutely wild. So that's the quest, and I'm on it, and it continues forward. Last night in communications, I was back and forth with a producer that I'm not going to name yet. We're working on this song, and he sends me this song. We had these conversations about what direction we want to bring it, what do we sort of want to sound like, what kind of music is in your head, what albums you've been listening to. Basically trying to paint what colors do we want to paint with. Before I get into this, I just want to jump. All right. So before I get into that, let me jump to this just real quick, for people that might not know. And it's important. January 17th, 2026. Hang on here. Okay. I'll just keep it like that. January 17th, 2026, which is next Saturday, live online acoustic performance. I'm going to play online. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. It's an amazing acoustic performance. I'll tell you some stories. I got some new songs that I've never played before that I'm going to play. Broadcast is going to start 4 p.m. Go to officialmichaelgraves.com, and there's a link that you can get access to the live online amazing acoustic performance. If you're watching this on X, the link is pinned in my profile, officialmichaelgraves.com, for the January 17th live online amazing acoustic performance for everybody that has purchased their access already. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. See you. All right. So, talking to the as of yet unnamed dude down in Nashville, and what kind of, we've had conversations talking about what kind of music am I listening to, and one of the albums Synchronicity is one of the albums that as I was producing these demos and sounds and stuff, I was using a lot of Synchronicity sounds that the Police were using, drum beats from like Adam Ant, for example, different sounds. I produced a demo for Generation Coming Down that's very Bowie-esque. So did David Bowie, and painting with those colors. So I sent him over. So what we decided to do, we were just like, all right, wait, let's just get away from all the production that's already been done, because these songs have been done like, I've 6 different ways, fast, slow, and just strip it down. So just sent him me playing, acoustic and singing, just stripped down, just straight up, boop, sent it over to him. And a couple hours later, he sends me something back, and he's like, let me know if this is too Ray Montaigne or so I got it. So I waited, because in the past, when I get audio, sometimes some of the people I've worked with, I'm just like, oh, here we go, this is where it starts to unravel. And we so I hit play and I listen to him. I'm like, holy shit. Like, what? And it's Ray Montaigne, and he's playing it's like playing my song. And it's like it's arranged and being performed, and it was amazing. It blew my mind. And of course I'm thinking, I was like, how the hell did he do that? I'm thinking, because he's a great musician too. So I was like, what the? I wrote back to him, what kind of voodoo are you doing down there in Nashville, man? Like, what the So last night I started to learn more about AI and its impact on the music industry and what you can do with AI engines when you're producing music. And again, I know I'm just scratching the surface because I started diving into that last night, how you can use these models to do different things and how you can apply that to, the real world, the songs that you're writing and producing. But there's also the other side, obviously, that you have to pay attention to, which is, the wild, wild west as we move forward in this as an artist, as a creative person, about ownership and copyright and who owns what and why do they own that and why they shouldn't own that or why they should own it. And how far can you go without losing all your stuff? If I upload all of my music to one of these AI engines, and I think there's a couple out there that are that are leading the charge. If you upload your music to it, will do they own the upload as well as the output from it? And in some cases, it's yes. When you read the terms of service, it tells you that they own in perpetuity, like all your shit, and they can do anything that they want with it. Train models with it. They can they can remix it, they can augment it, they can modify it any way they want. You pretty much use it any way that they so choose. If you choose to upload it and use it in a public way or not, if you just use the service. So if you are creative, it's so important. I mean, everybody's so important because whether you're down with Skynet or not, and we all know it's probably AI will take over the world and we'll all die. But in the, I know that's very black pill. That's a very pessimistic view of things. But moving forward, it's very important to understand, not even understand, but learn how to use some of this stuff because you can really, you can. It's the way that the world is going, and there's a way to build things and have access to knowledge and really turn the knowledge and the things that you have into things that perhaps you can then monetize. And it's all about building, right? It's not about destroying. We shouldn't have just campaigns of destruction. All right, been talking long enough. See some of your comments here, and then I'll get some music rolling. I was really just going to come on and hit the button and just say, hey, what's up? What's going on? And give you some, what's happening and stuff. Really was just going to talk about some creative things, AI. But really, I was sitting here and I was sending messages back with Chris at the beginning thing here, and I was just doing my thing, and then bloop, breaking news, La Fangul. All right. Yeah, I'll get over to Australia soon, my man, for sure. I had something planned for Australia, and then it just didn't work out. But yeah, I'm coming to Australia. I have to be. It's tough over there too. There were plans that I had shows booked in Australia last year, and they got canceled for all the same reasons. Same thing. All right. Love you guys.
nothing. Love and mercy is what you need tonight. So love and mercy to you and your friends tonight. Love and mercy tonight.
All right, I'm back. Just real quick. That was Love and Mercy. I performed it in, I think it was 2022, it said. Yeah. I don't know why that's on there. Fuck. One of the other things that I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to talk about before we go forward, I don't want to be on here for 3 hours. You know, I'm trying to condense these shows, but one of the things I wanted to talk about and preface that with a song like Love and Mercy is dedicated my life as well to reaching out to others and finding a way to reach them and provide comfort for them, empathize and be compassionate and find comfort for people who are in desperate states, who are hurting, lonely, lost, searching, grieving, what have you. And I wanted to come on with a message tonight saying that I understand. I understand, and I know the depths of pain that depression and loneliness and unsureness and regret, certain ghostly trauma, some stuff we just don't understand what it is yet, relationships, loss, whatever it is in life that comes together and congeals into this horrible ick that's very difficult to get rid of sometimes. Sometimes it just crops up. A spirit comes upon you and you just find yourself stuck in a hole. You got to remember that that's spirit. That's spirit. There's something about your consciousness, your true spirit and your consciousness that's hurting. And you know, people that, for example, that have depression and that have these that has the blues, you know, in a not just, you know, everybody has their bad days, but you know, I can't get out of bed. I'm thinking about, you know, swallowing the bullet, you know, the bad stuff. I can't go on. I can't go outside. You know, I can't do anything. Type darkness. When you compare somebody's brain to someone who doesn't have, I don't want to say a normal, you know, person, but a person that doesn't experience that sort of depression, the brains are exactly the same. So what I'm trying to say is there's nothing wrong with your brain. There's not an abnormality in your brain. You can't get a blood test and test for depression or anxiety or this, you know, that thing that you feel when, you know, that we describe as melancholy, deep depression, chronic depression, you know, manic depression, however it comes, where it's so debilitating that it's just, it gets in the way of your life. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your brain, is what I'm saying. There's no doctor in the world that can pinpoint and go, oh, there it is. There it is. You know, there's nothing wrong with you on a cellular level. There's nothing wrong with you on again, you can't take somebody's blood and test the level of depression. You can't test the level of anxiety that they feel or that they have, or that they might be, you know, there's something that's attributable to it physically. And so what is that? What is that? It's connected to your soul. It's connected to your consciousness. It's connected to your spirit. And you can't fix spiritual things. You have to fix spirit by spirit. You fix physical things with physical things. But if your spirit is broken, if your soul is hurting, by all those things, all the things that happen in your head. You have to take a spiritual approach. And it's so hard to do. I understand. I know it. Trauma sucks, man. When you look at the percentage of people that experience this darkness, that's everywhere for many different reasons, lots of different reasons, hours and hours worth of discussion about reasons, but I know it's there. And my message is that I understand. That's what my message is. So, I don't know what this is, but let's do this one. What do I want to play for you? Let's do, all right, I'll hop off and here we go.
Get people fired. In the book, we cover so many of the different definitions of cancel culture, but ours is very simple and straightforward. Cancel culture is the uptick of campaigns to get people fired, expelled, deplatformed, etc., for their opinions that started really accelerating around 2014 and really went off the rails around 2017 and after. We're trying to explain cancel culture as being a historical period. The idea that essentially people will look back at this being like the age of cancel culture, the same way we look back at other mass censorship incidents like the first and second Red Scare.
Join the free speech movement at thefire.org.
Like, do you think it was because of, I guess, your political views and everything that behind that it kind of just, you went stagnant and there were people preventing you from blossoming to where you could have been?
Yeah, looking back on it, yes. And, and we'd be like, and he would ask me, like, do you really think, like, we haven't gotten to, or, you haven't gotten to where you should be because of all, and I used to say to him, I don't know, man. I don't know yet. But now, where we're at today, yes, I'm going to say, yeah, it had a lot to do with it because I don't suck. You know what I'm saying? Like if I, I don't even think that I'm mediocre. I think I know that I'm really, really good. I'm talented. God has blessed me with talent. If it's one, I suck at a lot of things. I screw up a lot of things, but there's one thing that I got, man. I fucking got is this music thing. And when you put me on stage, with anybody, again, just like you put me on the field and I'm going to win the fucking game. I'm going to win. Like I feel that in my heart, and that fire has always been there. supernatural, something that will save my life. Anchored by aggression, I tried to make decisions. I couldn't think of anything to write. So I called upon the devil, because blessed are the Savior's hands. She touched me and I changed my mind.
I said, Lord, give me cocaine, give me blues and cocaine, Lord, so I can stand up straight and face Satan like a stone-faced killer.
Dear Jesus, I read your letter and you said that I was running out of time. And maybe you could clarify about what you meant by sacrifice. I told you I should speak my mind.
I said, Lord, give me cocaine, give me blues and cocaine, Lord, so I can stand up straight and face Satan like a stone-faced killer. Lord, give me cocaine, give me blues and cocaine, Lord, so I can stand up straight and face Satan like a stone-faced killer.
Karen. Oh, baby.
Somewhere in the middle of a sci-fi horror dream, George Romero staring through his camera lens at me. In the middle of the night of the living dead, said something big. There seems to be a door in every room, slammed in my face.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
They seem to wake up and
baby.
seem just fine.
No.
Till I took a closer look, saw the torture on their face. If they could find a way, never change their ways to a normal president. Romero for president.
Here comes one of the knobs.
Who are you?
I'm getting out of here.
Johnny?
Former lead singer of the Misfits, banned from a major music festival for retweeting Alex Jones and Paul Watson because we're all Nazis. Even though anybody that knows Nazis don't like us.
It was absolutely crushing the backlash that happened to me. I mean, no record companies were interested in what I was doing, and certainly no booking agency here or in Europe would touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Happening overnight, a concert at a local San Antonio bar sparking a protest by an anti-fascist group. Now, the show was held at Nowhere Bar off Austin Highway on the city's northeast side. Protesters and then counter-protesters traded verbal jabs from across the street outside of the concert. Now, this is all revolving around who was headlining that concert, Michale Graves. He's a former singer for the punk band Misfits. Graves has previously endorsed the Proud Boys, who the Anti-Defamation League calls a right-wing extremist group with a history of violence. Graves has been forced to cancel multiple shows due to the controversy. This show was moved from the Happy Place Bar to the Nowhere Bar yesterday due to all the backlash.
Anybody that studies warfare and how warfare explodes and spirals out of control would know that historically what has gone to full world war is now happening again, where each side keeps escalating in the fight. Heavier weapons, more armies are pumped in, and then finally you're in all-out war between the NATO power and Russia. And the foreign minister has already announced, what the Pentagon admitted weeks ago, which we told you about before the war even started officially, that U.S. forces, I mean tens of thousands of special operations troops, are in Poland and in Ukraine directing the attacks on the Russians. And so the Russian foreign minister, Lavrov, went public last night and said, we are at war with NATO, NATO is at war with us, And this is going to escalate very quickly into a nuclear war. You think that would be bigger news? It's in some newspapers, but it's been the top story everywhere. That's a big deal.
Such an ignorant thing to do if the Russians love their children too. How can I save my little boy from Oppenheimer's deadly toy? There is no monopoly of common sense on either side of the political fence. We share the same biology, regardless of ideology. Believe me when I say to you, I hope the Russians love their children too. There is no historical precedent to put the words in the mouth of the president. There's no such thing as a winnable war. It's a lie we don't believe anymore. Mr. Reagan says we will protect you. I don't subscribe to this point of view. Believe me when I say to you, I hope the Russians love their children too. We share the same biology, regardless of ideology. What might save us, me and you, is if the Russians love their children
Now, I'm taking over the show, and it's probably better because, let's face it, Graves sucks. Graves suck. Graves suck. Graves suck. Yeah. Anyhow, yes, I heard that he was in the Gateway Pundit or the Breitbart News or one of them factual, unrelated Nazi propaganda machine newspapers that are circulated throughout the internet with a bunch of people that don't know what they're talking about. But he was in one of those articles saying about people not letting him play some clubs one on his tour that he's going on for the next Who cares how long he's gone? It's just glad that he's gone. But he said that he's going to be doing the show from the road, but whatever. I think that I'm just going to do this show myself. Fuck him. Anyhow, so they don't want him to play at these clubs, and neither do I, because there's no place for hate. No place for hate on my show or any place else. So I agree Michael Graves shouldn't play at those clubs. Good for you. Good job, everybody out there. I think that you should all do douchebag things like that and be as bullyish as you possibly fucking can. Remember those kids in high school that you fucking hated? Remember those kids that wouldn't let you sit at the table? And those kids that gave you the dirty looks as you went by the hallway, gave you problems, made your life a fucking hell for no good reason other than to make it fucking hell? That's us! That's what we gotta do. We gotta bully everybody. We gotta make people's lives hell for no good reason. Even if we have a reason and don't make sense, it don't make any fucking sense. It doesn't matter. What matters is the outcome. We just tell everybody that what you doing is the problem. Like, if you don't get unvaccinated, you don't love my kids. You don't love me. You don't love anybody because you're not getting vaccinated. All you care about is your fucking self. The fuck is that? Why do you care about only by yourself? It's because you're white. That's the problem. It's because you're white. And when you're white, your shit is broken. You understand what I'm saying? When you're white, your shit's broken. You don't know what's going on with yourself. You know, I mean, my arm just broke, everybody. I don't need to tell you. I'm a puppet, so sometimes shit goes wrong. Anyhow, so inside you are all sorts of white genes, and you don't have them, you can't control them. You're just born that way. So when you're a human white person, you just essentially born fucked up. It's BFU. BFU. Born fucked up. There's nothing you can do about it except learn about your fucked up ways. And that's what we're trying to teach in schools. It's a very good thing. I know that there were some teachers taken off the list and maybe fired for some shit they were doing in the classroom with the rainbow flags and the Tifa Nifa flags that they fly in because of the black power against the white man in America, bringing everybody down, breaking everybody's hopes, and making sure that slaves are still existing in the world today is what America stands for. That's why I don't stand for the flag. I don't really stand for much because I'm a puppet and I can't. But that's all right. That's all right. Welcome to the Radio Deadlift Show. I'm Grimble Graves, and we'll be right back after these short fucking messages. All right. It's Grimble Graves here with you right now. I am filling in for Michael Graves. He is away. Well, I don't know where he is. I don't know what he's doing. But we're talking about all things on the network right now. Everything that's going down, everything that's not going down. You know what I'm saying. We're just chilling at the studio here in, well, it's a dirty fucking barn, actually. But that's all right. They got some pictures over there. That picture was in a movie. There's some flies and shit that are walking on the computer right now. Watching that bug that just walked across the computer. There he goes. He's flying away somewhere over there. Yeah. I mean, there's animals running around. There's spider webs and shit everywhere on everything. Fucking doors are creaky. Can you hear the chickens? I do. Ducks. The ducks are all over the place. Indeed. Maybe they were laying in eggs or something. But that's good because the price of eggs is through the fucking roof. Yeah, Joe Biden. I told you he would be good for business. You see how expensive everything is? That's good because the more money that you have to pay to these people, the more money the businesses are making. And therefore it's good. So if you got to spend $7 on a pack of eggs, well, you just making the egg people some money. And that's good. Business is happening. Joe Biden said that business will happen. And he making business happen for sure. I mean, you can't even get mad about Afghanistan. Of course, we've been there for 20 years. What are we doing there? We didn't get nothing out of it. And Joe Biden promised he'd get us out. He didn't fucking say how. it's Trump's fault anyhow. So he didn't say how. He did his best, and he was checking his watch because he got so much shit to do because Trump fucked everything up so bad, he got to look at a watch every 10 minutes because so much shit happening. I don't want to hear about Hunter smoking crack. If I was under that much pressure too, it's hard to be that guy. So he smoked crack. And don't even worry about it. It's probably not even him. It's Russian disinformation that went into there like a Reface app. You ever seen that app? That Reface app? I bet you there's some shit happening like that, where it's just a Reface app of this Hunter Biden guy. Maybe even Hunter Biden is a good guy. He's doing stuff. I heard that he was over in Haiti trying to help people from the hurricane-ravaged waters there that they're influencing and inhabiting over there in the wars of the Afghanistan zone with the Taliban, who are good people now. China wouldn't be with them if they weren't good people. Ain't that right? China, it wouldn't be with them if they were not good people. So now they're part of the world, and we just have to understand that those people are just gonna have to come to the table, and the table that we set for them with the airplanes and the guns and hanging people from airplanes, they probably did some shit that they shouldn't have done. And when you live in a society where there are things that you do that you shouldn't do, sometimes you get hung out of a Black Hawk fucking helicopter at 5,000 feet for everybody to see. Out you go, because you have hate in your heart. And you can't have no hate here. No hate, not even on my show or anything else. So thank you very much for tuning in. I am Grimple Graves. I will see you again soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Been howling at the moon again. Spend all my money on flesh. Here's my heartfelt apology. Anthologies of headaches transformation. I become some sort of
When I was a child, I had a dream I was walking up a flight of steps to a closet that was at the top. Upon entering the closet, I found myself surrounded by boxes of Halloween costumes. Through the cellophane windows of the packages, I could see the masks of all these different superheroes and monsters. Beyond that was a long, winding road through a forest that I began to walk down. Now, many roads and many years later, I'm in Salem, Massachusetts, where there's a memorial to 24 innocent people that were executed here in 1692. They were innocent, and they were charged with satanic witchcraft crimes. Inscribed in the stone threshold entering this memorial are the victims' known and recorded protests of innocence. The protests are interrupted mid-sentence by the wall, symbolizing society's indifference to oppression. 6 locust trees, known to be the last to flower and the first to lose their leaves, represent the stark injustice of the trials and remind us how precious our mortality is. Remember how precious our mortality is. Hi, Brian. This is Michale Graves. Unfortunately, I've had to cancel the remaining dates on my tour, including Saturday the 28th, which is your show. I am currently in Fargo, North Dakota, where I've lost the transmission on my RV, and I'm awaiting the parts for them, which are going to take about a week. I wanted to personally call and apologize for having to cancel the date. I apologize, and I would very much appreciate the opportunity to reschedule.
Your client stand, please. All right, Mr. Eccles, the jury having found you guilty of capital murder, 3 counts in the death of Michael Moore, Chris Byers, and Steve Branch, you are to be immediately transported to the Arkansas Department of Corrections, where the director or his duly appointed and designated representative will, on the 5th day of May of 1994, will be directed to cause to be administered a continuous intravenous injection of a lethal quantity of an ultra-short-acting barbiturate in combination with a chemical paralytic agent into your body until you are dead.
He had taken a dreary road darkened by all the gloomiest trees of the forest, which barely stood aside to let the narrow path creep through and closed immediately behind. It was all as lonely as could be, and there is this peculiarity in such a solitude, that the traveler knows not who may be concealed by the innumerable trunks and the thick boughs overhead, so that with lonely footsteps he may yet be passing through an unseen multitude. And he glanced fearfully behind him as he added, "What if the devil himself should be at my very elbow?" His head being turned back as he passed a crook of the road, and looking forward again, beheld the figure of a man in grave and decent attire, seated at the foot of an old tree. He arose at Goodman Brown's approach and walked onward side by side with him. "You're late, Goodman Brown," said he.
Of skull makeup with almost a mohawk. I know you, but to people that don't know you, that's a freaky looking picture, man. You got a full face of skull makeup, your head's buzzed, you got on the black clothes, but I understand that it's just for entertainment purposes and it's fun. It's kind of like ghost stories for older kids.
Yeah.
But they're starting to embrace that it's just music, it's just entertainment. You sent me copies of emails from promoters and club owners and especially the ones in Europe that will not let your band play because of your views. I was shocked and offended.
They wrote me a letter that says they will not support ideas like these being spread or the people that actively spread them.
But I think once they get to know you and know your music and know the person that I know, that they'll find that you're just like them, except, you, like I said, you like ghost stories for older kids.
Absolutely, it's a stereotype.
A couple American clubs that won't play your music either, right? Or let you play?
Directly because they got hold of a New York Times article.
Yeah, his band is a little on the creepy side, and their lyrics are on the creepy side, but it's all for entertainment. It's unbelievable that the liberals who champion free speech and entertainment and shows would come down on this guy for simply disagreeing.
You're watching KATB Channel 7, the Spirit of Arkansas.
Today marks the 5-year anniversary of a West Memphis murder case that gained national attention. The bodies of 3 second graders were found mutilated in a ditch. Now, one of the 3 men convicted for the murders, Damian Eccles, has prompted a hearing to try to get his conviction thrown out. Norris.
That hearing started today in Jonesboro, where the trial also took place. Damian Eccles is trying to avoid being executed by lethal injection. He's claiming he didn't get a fair trial because of misrepresentation by his attorneys.
4 years ago, an Arkansas jury found him guilty of murdering 3 second graders in a horrific, ritualistic sacrifice. As our senior correspondent Tim Sullivan reports, he wants a new trial and a chance to live.
After a month of investigation, police arrested Eccles and 2 of his teenage friends, Jesse Miskelly and Jason Baldwin. Police theorized the murders had been part of a satanic ritual. In addition to local media, the case attracted a documentary team that produced a film called Paradise Lost for HBO. As a result of the film, a nationwide support group has sprung up to help the young men they call the West Memphis Three.
One cold January morning, soon after or somewhere out of a dark, depressed slumber, I watched Paradise Lost. I had already seen it years ago, but JV had given a copy of it to me for Christmas that year. I was dreading to have to begin preparations for another tour I reluctantly agreed to, so I watched Paradise Lost instead.
Superman, I'm calling back again. The phone is ringing off the hook. There's someone coming up the steps. Water's coming in again, coming from the ceiling. Smell is in the sinking shades of somewhere buried deep within the sea. When I looked out and you lost faith.
So I wrote a letter to Damien and got in contact with his wife Lori and told him about my idea to promote Almost Home on tour and help raise money for the defense fund. I got a message back from Lori and eventually from Damien that expressed their gratitude and their appreciation for what I wanted to do to help. My mother agreed to take out a loan for me to finance an RV after I told her about my plan to promote discussion about guilt and innocence, persecution and injustice. I wanted to maybe inspire some sort of substance and meaning. I wanted to, as I always tried to do, use my talent.
these gifts that were given to me to work towards a common cause that was righteous and good. One bright, new, magical, beautiful winter morning, the Almost Home campaign was born.
On the eternity, we breathe with me, and you'll be free, free. There's someone here again, they always come around. See the other side, reality, in the midst of the cloud. Children sleep through cries and pleads. Help me, help me. There's someone here again, they always come
May 12, 2006, halfway through the Almost Home tour, Damien had his first art show called A Skeleton Key Production at the 111 Minute Gallery in San Francisco, featuring Damien's art and over 30 other artists to raise funds for his defense. It included music and speaking and poetry readings by Henry Rollins, Jonathan Richman, Penelope Houston, Jello Biafra, and Jacob Pitts. That night, I had the opportunity to play the first song Damien ever wrote, the first song we ever wrote together, called Frostbite.
Your hands are so cold, my love, beneath these leafless winter trees. Your lips are ocean blue, my love, and have ceased to call my name. It's oh so cold in here.
This film tells the tale of three teens who wore black, listened to Metallica, and, perhaps as a result, were convicted in the 1993 killing of three young boys.
My quest to try to understand this all leads me to Salem, Massachusetts, where over 400 years ago the Salem witch trials took place. In early colonial times, there was almost no separation of church and state. People very much believed in the direct appearance of God's disfavor in everyday life. Prosperity was equal to your adherence to church life. It was here in this village that a few young girls who were thought to be possessed accused a black woman named Tituba of being a witch. The girls made remarkable claims and told wild tales that were used against people in court. Over 200 people were charged with witchcraft crimes, and over half of them were imprisoned. The bodies of those that were executed were buried in shallow, unmarked graves, and their limbs could be seen protruding from the ground after a hard rain.
Your hair is white with frost, my love. Your skin is alabaster. I'll sit here in the cleansing, my love, till the angels come.
They were among the many who held to the truth, even in the face of certain death.
Everybody in the town and in the courtroom and on the jury are all blinded by their fantasies, satanic cult, satanic views.
So very cold out here. Please don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Very cold out here. Don't fall asleep.
They were wondering if the true killers were actually captured.
All right. So we're at the midpoint of this film here, and I just want to remind everybody that on January 17th, or not everybody, I know I don't have to say it to everybody because some of you have already bought the, how the hell do I say? Some of you have already bought the online show. So thank you very much. But if you haven't, on January 17th, I don't know what's going on with these graphics. On January 17th, I'll be doing a live online acoustic performance. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for your enjoyment and entertainment. From 4 to 6. Go to officialmichaelgraves.com. Officialmichaelgraves.com, and you can find the link to register and get access to the live online amazing acoustic performance. Officialmichaelgraves.com. If you're watching on X at Radio Deadly, X at Radio Deadly, the ticket link is pinned to the profile. Just go there for your access to the live online acoustic performance, the amazing online acoustic show. Thank you very much for everybody that has already bought the show and has, in some cases, overbought the show. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. You have no idea how much that helps. It helps. It saves my life. It really does. Thank you very much. January 17th, live online acoustic performance. Go to officialmichaelgraves.com for access.
Creatures of the light, how can you say with absolute certainty what does or does not dwell within the limitless ocean of the night? Are the dark enshrouded legions of evil not but figments of the imagination, because you and your puny conceit say they cannot exist? Whence came the story, told in frightened whispers down through the ages, of witch and warlock, werewolf and vampire, and all the spawn of hell, born on the sable wings of night to the unholy communion of the witch's Sabbath?
Jesus.
Jesus? There was some scientist trying to figure out the Sasquatch riddle.
When they figured out it was a missing lake. I will fight Zach Wilde right now.
And
I would fight him in a fucking second.
And a pair of flip-flops.
Whoop his and then I'd shave his retarded beard and take off his leather bracelets and put him in some spandex pants. Drop him on his mom's front lawn.
Problem. Quincy! And we'll get the message about the flyers. We need them.
Can't see so good. It's very bright up here.
I need shock.
Cut it over here. Yeah.
got a tight shot on the hand, so cut your finger off. Yeah. Ooh, nice. The antenna has been liberated.
The old proverb warning against wine, women, and song has taken on new spiritual momentum. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll is the modern cry of a rebellious youth. Satanist Aleister Crowley has indirectly influenced many leading rock groups, including the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, and Ozzy Osbourne, who even wrote a song about Crowley. Today's music industry commercializes satanic themes without concern for the soul they seduce. Even those bands who promote hardcore Satanism deny that they are Satanists, but admit that Satanism sells and that they are simply giving their fans what they want to hear. Many bands get their ideas from horror films and videos, which explicitly depict satanic rituals, death, murder, and cruel tortures. Evidence shows music laced with satanic overtones has played an important role in the lives of many of the teenagers who have been convicted of satanic killings. Night Stalker Richard Ramirez, obsessed with the music of the rock group AC/DC, admitted that their lyrics influenced his mayhem killings.
If you're in Satanism and you want to get out, you need to find a Bible-based church that has a pastor that understands the problem. You may have to search in any given community to find that pastor, but by all means call, ask some penetrating questions. Number one, ask if they believe in the inerrancy of the Bible and the authority of the Word of God. Ask if they believe in a real devil. And then ask them if they believe that Jesus Christ died for their sins and rose again.
Yeah. If you see Jesus in there, make sure you let us know. Oh man.
Okay, well,
so you want to be Tony Danza for Halloween? That's what you're trying to tell me.
Huh?
You want to be Tony Danza in Hollywood Nights? I think Joe should be the Emperor.
The Emperor what?
The Emperor of what?
Yeah, I see Star Wars for the first time like 2 years ago.
That's because you suck.
No.
Yes.
Suck. I was doing much cooler things. Yeah, he was writing the script for
Inventing
Psycho.
the wheel.
No, dude, I was watching fucking Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters is not cooler than Star Wars. Are you high? What are you, Bob?
So much cooler than Star Wars.
You're out of your mind. What? Are you
You're
crazy?
fired.
I know. It's a bag. Ghostbusters.
Because Ghostbusters fans don't have like army of losers.
Have you ever seen the fucking people that dress up in Ghostbuster costumes?
Yeah, I'm one
They
of
make the schmuck that dress up in Star Wars costumes look like. You're mad.
No, you know what? Majority rules. You win.
Star Wars is like the Slayer of movies. So anyway, Ghostbusters is a lot cooler than Star Wars.
You about crazy shit.
Like 3 p.m. Like, why? What time? And then he's like, 3 p.m. Said, supply and demand, the cornerstone of our entire economy. Basically said everyone else around here is shit. I said, if we checked it now, we'd have to be out by 11 a.m. He said, yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but put my D in your A and
put my D in your A and punch you in.
Come on down. I have a sticker. Years ago, I had these shirts. Well, what'd you think about those shirts? I saw some pictures of those. What'd you think about those pictures? Like, yeah, it was pretty funny. I feel like I just got back from Mike Hideous's garage sale.
God. 2 more hours. It's in the fucking with the fish.
absolutely crushing. It was absolutely crushing, the backlash that happened to me. I mean, no record companies were interested in what I was doing, and certainly no booking agency here or in Europe would touch me with a 10-foot pole.
This is Detective Brian Reed of the West Memphis Police Department conducting an investigation for the offense of triple homicide, case file number 50666. Currently in the office with Jesse Lloyd and Miss Kelly Jr. What occurred while you were there?
I don't know nothing about it, and they just kept on it on acting on. Finally, I just said something where they'd just leave me alone. And finally, I told them, you know, I chased them and everything and caught them and brought them back. But none of that happened. You know, you can't kill nobody and don't leave no evidence. You can't do it. You know, I don't care who you are, you cannot do that. You know, there was no fingerprints, no nothing at the crime scene. You just can't kill nobody like that. I don't care if you're a genius, you can't do that.
Running hard through moon-bathed fields. Running hard, refusing to yield. Moving silently through snow-swept lands with long-stemmed thorns and clutching hands. One step away from certain death. Never enough time for one last breath. I've left behind what I can't find, locked within my crumbling mind. And all we know will fade away until nothing is left of the coming day. Casualty, preparing for mortality, running leper, skinny hands, refugee of forgotten lands. Keep away from crumbling death, always time for one last breath. Even love fades away until nothing is left with the coming. Yes, nothing is left of the coming day. There's nothing left. There's nothing left
things that Jesse told you that are just absolutely incorrect. Now, on page 9 of his statement, it says that the murders took place around noon. How did you know that was incorrect?
Because the young boys were still in school.
Did at any time when he was telling you this was incorrect, did it ever occur to you that what he was telling you was false? His entire story was false?
Jesse simply got confused.
This is a classic example police can produce a false confession. They threaten Jesse, they tell him that he knows things that they know he knows, they use the polygraph, they tell him when he didn't. They use that to convince him that his situation is hopeless. They upset him enormously by showing him these horrible photographs of the, and then they give him the option of being with the bad guys with the consequences of that, or joining the police. And at this point, all he wants is from under the pressure. So now all he has to do is agree with what they tell him, and that's how they set it up. Initially, they're going for a false witness statement. In talking, it's not difficult to get him to agree to things that will make him appear to be a participant in the crime.
Remember last time? Do you remember being in this area? Do you remember we were parked?
Yeah, totally. Chris Soda.
See this right here?
Yeah, ew.
It stings here.
Yeah.
It stings if you're downwind.
That's the spot.
It's the spot that Jerm puked.
Totally. It's the exact spot.
It is the exact spot. In
Yeah.
the exact distance.
Yeah.
And everything. And everything. So like,
It's burned into the ground.
It's hard to believe. It really is. It was hard for me to believe. I thought it was just a funny coincidence. Someone stepped on it that way just today.
Then we walked over here.
Look at this over here. Remember I was telling you about that synchronicity crap that we're going through right now?
Ew, there it is. Ew, ew. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm gonna throw up.
Like your box.
Again. There you can see a piece of the toilet septic hose that blew off. We lost the tread. We're on 5 North. Last time we got stuck in Oregon because of the engine. Now we're here because the tires out. We're leaking gas. Hopefully it won't blow up. Is it not smart to go back on there for a couple seconds? Just keep an eye underneath. All right.
No sun to be found up overhead. The wind is howling like the dead, and the moon shines down like ghastly bone. Laughing 'cause we're far from home, while voices fight against the numbing fear. Stay by me, my only one, and pray for morning's light to come. Stay by me, love, and make no sound while hateful snow keeps coming down. I can feel death in my shortness of breath, and my heart beats like an open wound. And I'm beginning to fear that all we will hear is too late.
The RV was damaged pretty bad. When the tires blew out, all the tread ripped the underneath apart, which also just happened to be some of the parts of the toilet hoses leading to the holding tank. We were also leaking gas from underneath. It was so bad, we would pile up dirt underneath the RV whenever we could get a chance to soak up what was leaking out, and we thought we might blow up. The fumes were terrible. It was awful.
Is there room in the
I was almost the whole time of the proceeding abroad in the service of their majesties in the eastern part of the country, and depending upon the judgment of the court as to the right method of proceeding in cases of witchcraft. But when I came home, I found many persons in a strange ferment of dissatisfaction, which was increased by some hot spirits that blew up the flame.
the guilt that's in your mind? Use as weapons, lace and die. Is there room in the shelter? I'm delusional. Why don't you take another picture? It may last as long.
But on inquiring into the matter, I found that the name and shape of several persons who were doubtless innocent, and to my certain knowledge, of good reputation, for which cause I have now forbidden the committing of any more that shall be accused without unavoidable necessity. And those that have been committed I would shelter from any proceedings against them wherein there may be the least suspicion of any wrong to be done unto the innocent.
Is there room in the shelter? I'm delusional. Is there room in the shelter? I don't want to grow old. Yeah, 1,000 churches burn like wine.
where they are hiring.
Showers. I tell like what kind of day it is. Like blue in some places. Like a plethora of colors.
The plethora of colors that Joe was talking about was the leading edge of a winter storm that was gaining strength as it moved west. Little did we know we were driving right into it.
And then it began to snow. Barely makes it. I got a hold of it, I was gonna pop out. Man, bro.
Did you get the fan going?
Yeah.
It's broken, huh?
Yeah.
The video camera's out. I know something was fucking horribly wrong. Ugly fucking blanket. Really ugly fucking blanket.
Hi everybody. Nobody sees me on the video, but I'm here. Whoa, you're really close. Ah! Huh?
What do you got to say about the fan?
Just
Alright, Joe, let me see that knife.
Wait, a little metal file?
Yeah, you got a little metal file?
You. There's bad snow on the side of the road, dude.
I had to figure out how I was going to get the money to do that.
Right.
How I was going to pay for the studio and find a studio in Arkansas that'll cut me a decent deal and be able to put it together. So that's why I'm I'm gonna go down south and just kind of, because it happened down there.
Now,
Die out.
30, 40 feet.
Hi Brian, this is Michale Graves. Unfortunately, I've had to cancel the remaining dates on my tour. I am currently in Fargo, North Dakota, where I've lost the transmission on my RV, and I'm awaiting the parts for them, which are going to take about a week.
I'm sorry. I wrote another letter, said how much I want to die. All the horror movies are real in my mind. And somehow when I walk away, when the pain's too much to hide, you never let me get too far away. You saved me on Sunday. We were and somehow when I walk away, when the pain's too much to hide, you never let me get too far away. You saved me on Sunday. We were all the horror movies.
Continuous intravenous injection
real
of a lethal quantity of an ultra-short-acting barbiturate in combination with a chemical paralytic agent into your body until you're dead.
Remember how precious our mortality is.
stand